Hi, I'm Debbie Sheehan. Nice to meet you. I've got two subjects that I'm really passionate about, food and yoga. I was a secondary food teacher for over 15 years and I'm now a yoga teacher and lucky enough to teach yoga at the amazing Westonbirt school. In these strangest times of all, diet and mental health have become very topical, and rightly so. We're all being challenged in ways we could never have foreseen. And I'm going to talk through some insights and tips that may help us get the balance right. Making healthy food choices is really important when we're feeling stressed and anxious. It's also really hard. So let's explore the impact of poor diet on mental health. Poor diet and poor mental health are the leading causes of mortality and morbidity worldwide. And in 2017, the World Health Organization produced a project on the global burden of disease, which analysed 15 selected dietary factors in adults aged over 25 in 195 countries from 1990 to 2017. The findings were underconsumption of whole grain, fruit, vegetables, nuts and seeds and pulses, and an overconsumption of processed meat, sugar-sweetened beverages, and salt. 11 million deaths were diet-related in 2017. Of these, leading dietary risk factors were 3 million deaths from high consumption of salt, 3 million deaths from a low intake of whole grains, and another 2 million from a low intake of fruit. This linked in with a 2010 study that they did on the negative impact of poor diets and mental health disorders on the world population, finding it is substantial and continues to increase. We've known for decades that our diet is closely linked to our physical health, and that diseases such as cardiovascular disease, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and even cancer are influenced by what we eat. But it's only in the last 10 years, starting with this study, that we've started to understand what we eat is linked to our mental and brain health, and that these are entwined with our physical health. What happens physically affects us mentally, and what happens mentally affects us physically. Stress and anxiety is sadly becoming part of the new normal, causing a decrease in productivity and health problems that can initially go undetected, and if caught too late can result in morbidities such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and inflammatory disease, all of which are made worse by chronic stress. That's why it's become known as the health epidemic of the 21st century. And even more so right now with the worldwide pandemic, it's being felt acutely. So how can our diet help us? First, we need to understand what stress is and how it affects us. Our biological responses release the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, which lead to an increase in blood sugar levels, blood pressure, and heartbeat rate. Basically, it's fight or flight. But now there's no more running from the wild beast. It's a different type of beast. Living in this high stress culture, we are on constant full alert, resulting in our bodies having no recovery time. Our adrenal glands produce the stress hormones and, simply put, are being overworked, which may cause an imbalance production of these hormones. So these hormones, adrenaline, which gives us the initial decrease in our appetite, and cortisol, which increases our appetite, increases our blood sugar levels, and reduces the ability to break down food. All our coping strategies are different, but all based around in terms of diet, loss of appetite, craving of particular foods, or just feeling hungrier than usual. So, how can food improve our mood? Unhealthy eating patterns most often lead to an increased level of stress and are likely to cause us future health problems if not addressed soon. Eating a balanced, healthy diet is key to helping our body managing these biological responses. Finding the cause of stress and finding ways to reduce it are vital, and improving the diet is integral in this stress-busting fight. It's worthwhile knowing that the function of the adrenal gland is significantly influenced by our blood sugar levels. Hence the slide tips to reduce our sugar intake, which is going to be a focus. I explain that carbohydrate-rich foods such as bread and pasta, sweets and crisps fuel our bodies by releasing sugar into our blood supply. But when the blood supply is low, it's like running out of fuel. The brain is particularly sensitive to this, so headaches, irritability and brain fog, the ability to concentrate, are common symptoms. I'm going to suggest some simple dietary changes that could immediately improve our concentration and energy levels. But look at the diet overall. We don't necessarily need to reduce what we eat, but rather increase certain nutrients through different foods and spread it more evenly throughout the day to keep our blood sugar levels stable. Replace the whites with the brown and remember to look out for the hidden sugars. Eat more oats, rye, other grains such as couscous, pulses, chickpeas, lentils, which are all great for improving fibre intake, which slows the release of sugar. And a key reminder here that excess alcohol can also cause imbalanced blood sugar levels. And start the day with a balanced breakfast. Try and avoid sugary cereals and pastries. How can we beat those sugar cravings? Reduce our intake of stimulants. Try to drink no more than 2 cups of coffee a day, and if possible before lunch. Have alcohol-free days and try to reduce how many you have in one sitting. And the fizzy drinks, they are sugar laden. Try to go to the diet-free route, or again reduce them. Swap for water, juice. But again, remember that juice can also be high in sugar, so perhaps when you have a juice, have half juice, half water. Eat regularly. Don't get over hungry. That's usually the prompt that we have that blood sugar low and we automatically reach for the high sugar snack or the salty snack. Spread your daily food intake throughout the day. You will feel more satiated, more full, and less likely to reach for any kind of snacks. And with this will help you avoid the afternoon slump. So have a snack in between breakfast and lunch, and a snack in between lunch and dinner. Avoid low-fat products. Let's be honest, low-fat nearly always does mean low taste. So the manufacturers have got to make it in other ways. And it's usually through salt and sugar. Again, a good prompt here to actually help you to start making meals yourself. At least you know what's going into them. Increase your protein and fat intake, especially with snacks. Good quality protein and fat slow the absorption of high carbohydrates, which helps to prevent those blood sugar spikes. Add nuts or seeds to your breakfast. Add tuna or eggs to a basic salad, good quality protein sources. If you're having salads or even pasta, add an oil-based vinaigrette, olive oil, perhaps with some lemon juice, and that will help increase your vitamin C as well. And use yogurt instead of mayonnaise as a dressing. And finally, a really, really good tip. Whatever it is you're wanting to make sweet, try adding cinnamon instead. It works equally well with sweet and savoury foods and is really a good replacement for dealing with that sweet tooth. So let's look at the diet overall. How can we achieve an overall balanced diet rather than just focusing on reducing our sugar intake? Let's increase our fruit and vegetables. Minimum of 5 a day, but aim for 8 if you can. And make vegetables the higher ratio. Always look for the darker vegetables. They are higher in antioxidants and the fruits, so the berries, red cabbages, the dark greens. Increase your protein intake. We've already looked at that, but it's important to note that protein helps to slow the release of sugar into the bloodstream and help meet your stressed body's increased demand by eating lean meat, chicken, fish, eggs, pulses and seeds. Eat regularly. Again, we've talked about this one. It's just that overall thinking. Small regular meals will help to maintain energy levels and mood, helping to decrease tiredness and irritability. And again, another reminder, watch your caffeine intake. Coffee and tea are a temporary energy boost, but too much will reduce your energy levels and deplete the nutrients in the long term. Try drinking more herbal or fruit teas. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So important. Aim to drink at least 1 litre of water throughout the day. Often, when we're hungry, it's actually that we're thirsty. We reach for food, but it's really water that we need. Look at our eating behaviours and habits. Try not to eat when you're stressed. Remember that stress diverts blood away from your digestive system. Not good when you're trying to digest your food. And this can lead to bloating, gas, and the obvious discomfort. Let's take a quick look at the top nutrients to support this adrenal gland. Vitamin C, your fresh fruits and veg. Vitamin C is stored in the adrenal gland and is needed to make cortisol. B vitamins, whole grains, nuts and seeds. These help to support the adrenal function, particularly B5. B6 processes fats and proteins and helps produce feel-good brain chemicals such as serotonin and dopamine. And B12 supports our energy production. Magnesium, often called nature's tranquilizer, helps reduce anxiety. Fatigue, anxiety, insomnia can all be symptoms of this deficiency. So increase your dark green leafy veg, whole greens, nuts and seeds. And I just want to sum up with food we've looked at the types of foods, we've looked at the nutrients that we would need to try and look into implementing in our diet to help us with stress, anxiety and our mental health. But there are other ways as well that we can help ourselves. I've already mentioned that my second passion is yoga, and it really is good for slowing down and calming both the mind and the body. And alongside that, meditation and breathing, focusing on the breath. It all helps to calm the mind down. And of course, fresh air. Being out in nature promotes mindfulness. We talked briefly about the relaxation, going for a walk, just looking around you, taking the time out to do that. Quality sleep, really, really important for long-term health and regeneration. Try not to stay up too late because perhaps you haven't got to get up so early. And regular, gentle exercise, which helps to decrease negative emotions such as worry or anxiety. Just a short note to go alongside that one. If we're feeling really, really tired, it's worth noting that any cardiovascular exercise, particularly if it's intensive, may deplete our adrenal reserves further. So only go for the high intensity training when you're feeling ready for it. Relaxation. Have a long bath. Add magnesium salts, absolutely brilliant, such as Epsom salts. Read, listen to music, have a massage. Try and find ways that you know help you relax. And also consider maybe seeking professional help for physical and mental problems. I'm not a doctor. You need to see a doctor if you've got problems that are ongoing and you're struggling to resolve yourself. Thank you for listening. I hope this has given you some tips that maybe you can implement into your own lifestyle right now, particularly in this time, to help reduce your stress and anxiety and improve your diet at the same time. Take care. Thank you very much and stay safe.